Hello, beloveds, and happy Tuesday, wherever you are in the world. I just wanted to take some time to tune in and turn on with you. If you catch my eyes looking around, I'm going to tell you right now, the hummingbirds have been coming to me in the last few days, and I know that these are a representation of my older brother because we used to play a lot, and hummingbirds represent that playfulness, adaptability, as well as just joy, right? And so I just had a hummingbird right in front of me. I had one when I was just walking over here. I just was with my neighbor and talking to her and saw one. One came to my front window, one just flew by. So the hummingbirds are talking. And like I said, I really definitely feel that this is the spirit of my eldest brother. Hello, beloved. Thanks so much for tuning in. So today I wanted to tune in and turn on with you because we've got a huge energy shift about to happen. And many of us may feel unprepared for this. Why? Because we're not connected to ourselves. We're looking at all the Black Friday sales. We're looking at all of the things that we think we can't do, and we're forgetting what's important. And what's most important right now is for us to really look at the stories that we tell ourselves. What are we telling ourselves about ourselves? What are we telling ourselves about our money, about our body, about our thoughts, about, what's happening out there in the world? What are we telling ourselves about our health? You know, I used to even have a story about my hair, right? So we tell ourselves stories. But what's about to happen for us with this winter solstice that's coming up December 21st, when the big opening is actually next week with the lunar eclipse, the last one in a series of eclipses. But I'm not an astrologist, I am a psychic medium, and I feel the energies of these big doors and closings and all of these things. So the energy right now is very focused on our personal really awareness of ourselves. And so this is why so many people are, what's this? I heard about this new thing. It's new to me, maybe not new to you. And it is the human design. And so it's new to me, so I've never heard of it. But again, these type of things are teaching us about ourselves. So this is a time when we must truly study ourselves, because if we look at some of the stories we tell ourselves, some of these stories are not so positive. I know for years my story was that I was a struggling single mother, and because that was my story, that was the environment in which I was living. Thank you so much for tuning in, beloved. And so the story of me as a struggling single mother kept me locked in that. And I had grown up watching that same experience. And so for me, it was the most normal thing, struggling single mother. And then when Miana went away to college and I was taking care of myself, I couldn't use that single mother story anymore. So then I had to look at myself, and I didn't want to do that. So I started drinking more. I started abusing my body more, and wasn't working out, wasn't, doing any of the things that I was doing, but I was taking the classes, reading the books, doing the work. On the outside, it looked like I was doing all these things, but on the inside, I was totally numbing myself out because I didn't want to look at the stories that had been keeping me. Okay, yeah, it had been keeping me. That was the story I was used to. So I see what you're saying. Living in fear it affects your mind, your body, and your spirit. This is how tumors grow. This is how cysts grow, pain. All of that is that sense of fear. And we never know how fear is going to manifest now, do we? Unless there is something coming at us, we know then that's about our life is in danger. But we never know how it's going to come up. Fear is false experiences appearing real, as Reverend Michael Beckwith would say. And so we make up, again, a story that this experience is going to hurt us, or that we need to be on defense. And so we're always, in attack defense mode. And this, again, what stories are we telling ourselves about ourselves? Because if we're telling stories about other people, beloveds, this is where it gets right here. We're telling ourselves stories about other people, then we're most definitely telling ourselves stories about ourselves. This is why we must study ourselves. This is why I talk about spiritual practice so much, because spiritual practice isn't about the doing, it's about the being. Like I just shared with you, I took the classes, I had the pieces of paper, I had all of that, but I wasn't being it. And it wasn't until I stopped drinking and left the environment where I was so used to my stories and changed the whole script, adaptability, that's when I started to learn myself. I remember the very moment that I was living in Marbella, Spain. I was there beyond my visa, so I was thinking that I was going to be staying in Spain for 3 years so I could get my citizenship. And so I was about to make this huge decision and either stay in Spain or go back to the United States. And I didn't want to live in the United States. Pardon me. And so something told me, actually, let me back that up because I know the something exactly what it was. It was when the 9 ministers were slain in their church after doing Bible study with a man who then turned around and killed them all. That spirit said, there is a void and you must go back to the United States. And I said, I don't want to, but I listen to spirit because that is my gift. And so I said, okay, I'm going back to the United States. So I ended up going back to the United States. But from that moment of those 9 ministers, those 9 women were murdered, I then said I wanted to be a minister. And I said I knew I couldn't do that because I had been actually, the biggest revelation I had was in the club Olivia Valer, which is the most exclusive club in Spain. It was the most beautiful thing I had ever experienced. And my beloved brothers, he was a very popular guy. He is very well known. And he had all kinds of celebrity friends. We had the first table. We had the table service all night. Everybody knew I was his sister. So I was living this Luxe life. And I thought, oh, this is the life. But then one night I was sitting in the hookah lounge by myself and seeing all this people dancing and champagne bottles popping and people dancing on the floor. And I was back there by myself and I looked out at the crowd, hey, beloved, and I was like, what am I doing here? This is not who I said I wanted to be. I said I wanted to be known as the number 3 psychic in the world. I said I wanted to use my gifts to share, to heal, to support others. And so it was that moment that I decided to stop drinking. And I said, if I get back to the United States, I need to stop drinking. And so my birthday had just passed. So I think I had just turned 44. And I'm 49 now. And so I had just turned 44. And yes, this week is actually my 5th year here in Mexico. And so I got to the United States. I did a few things. I did some amazing things. I made some incredible connections. And then I was invited to come down here to Mexico. And I knew that it was a spiritually guided thing. Actually, it was a Course in Miracles group. So spirit guided me here. I didn't just pick it out of the map and say, oh, I want to move to Mexico. No. Spirit guided me here because I listened. And I had just stopped drinking. I stopped drinking August 22nd, 5 years ago. And I got that invitation seriously like in October. And by November this week, I was here. So that's how I got here. Spirit guided me here. But had I not heard that first message, and so this is why I'm telling you, it's so important that we listen to the stories that we tell ourselves, because I know within each of us is a seed of greatness. Just like a rose bush is in the seed. It doesn't start out as a rose bush. It starts out as a seed and it has to go in the darkness. It has to get, dirt and rain, but it also gets nourished. It also gets fed love and light. But when it comes out of that darkness, it comes out into a beautiful bloom. And that's what I did. And so that shifted the story that I was telling myself. I started listening to what A Course in Miracles was teaching me. I started listening more to what Spirit was telling me because it guided me here to a place where I felt the most happiest in my entire life. So how could it be wrong? It guided me straight to my husband. I had been single for 20 years. So the stories we tell ourselves define the life we live. I told myself for years I wanted to live next to the beach in a place where it's sunny all the time, where I never had to wear a jacket again and I could wear sandals all the time. I used to tell myself that story when I was drinking. I used to tell myself that story when I was a struggling single mother. See, that's the only story I always kept. And that's why I'm here now. And so that's what it's like spending time with me, an empowered tarotista. I want to share with you how to be that, not just do that, not just do tarot, because it's way more than that. It's a mental shift. It's a well-being check. It's a study yourself check, right? So tarot is not just give me what I want, instant gratification. No, it is truly a study of self, and it is a study of discovery of your true magic. So thank you for being on this journey with me today, beloveds. I'm inspired. I'm excited about what's coming. We've got some great things. So if you want to hear more, there is the predictions and prophecies coming up on December 14th. That is a part of the Celestial Bundle. And in there too, you'll get to come to my very special, no wait, let me back it up. First, the prophecies, the predictions and prophecies is my annual divine download from the ancestors of what is 2021 all about. So I will do a download. I'll share with you. They've been sending me messages now, and then I will share with you what I see that is ahead. And then I'll also give you a recap of what I saw for last year so you can get up to speed and hear what I'm sharing with you, because you'll be surprised. I surprise myself sometimes what Spirit God shares with me. So that predictions and that is for my annual forecast, and you're going to not want to miss that. It is the most anticipated event of the year. And with that bundle, the Celestial Bundle, you'll also get the winter solstice ceremony with me, which is, like I said, is going to be where that shift completely is an open portal. And you're going to want to have a sacred ritual for that. And then we're going to follow that up with that last full moon of this year, 2020, in Cancer on December 29th. So that is the Celestial Bundle. But we've got some other goodies in there for you, and even more coming up, beloveds. It is coming down. And so I am so grateful to serve and support you in your self-discovery and the stories that you tell yourself, the stories that you want to be telling yourself. I send you so much love and light, beloveds. Until next time, know you are so blessed. Peace and blessings. Thank you so much for joining, beloveds. Have a great day. And if you celebrate the holiday, celebrate it. I'm in total gratitude all day, every day. So I'm always in Thanksgiving. Peace and blessings.